too long since the last episode. My days are not nearly as bright without Paul in my life. And
Oh, you're far too kind.
well, it's true. You and I have great episodes, and for whatever reason, we've just both been, I guess, busy. Because I don't think it's. Well, I know it hasn't been a conscious thing. It's just been.
No.
Fucking 2020, I guess. I don't know. The shit show of 2020.
You got me started on this. Now I've been going crazy with my Mafia podcast and my Mafia webpage.
Isn't it fun?
All because of you.
Thanks, man. No, well, dude, isn't it fun though? You find like a little creative something, and it's like your own little garden, and you just spritz water on it every day. Not a lot, just a little bit. And next thing you know, a week goes by, and then a month goes by, and the intimidation of it's not going to get big enough fast enough. The time goes by, and next thing, 100 episodes. We're at 195. 100 episodes ago, I had on Mike Durant. That was 100 episodes. That was 100 episodes ago. But it feels like that. So it's... Let me turn the light on. It's... You gotta do a little bit at a time, but... Yeah, I see you posting on it every single day. Kings, Killers, and Clowns. This is the Chicago outfit Underworld. God damn it, Underworld, Kings... What is it, Paul?
Kings, Killers, and Clowns. The Underworld.
Yeah. But it's fucking... I love it because I know I have a post from... And for everyone listening, I'll put it in the description in the top comment. I know whenever you post something, I don't even need to look that it's yours because I'll be scrolling through Facebook like a mindless zombie, just getting a little dopamine drip. And then I'll see a blurred out, would you like to view this image? And I don't even have to look. I'm like, I'll click on it, and it'll be some mafioso with his eye blown out because someone put a 44 to his temple. And I'm just like, God damn it.
Zuckerberg keeps fucking with my shit, man. He's blurring me out.
Welcome to Wrong Think. Can't do anything, Paul. Can't do anything.
I know.
It's Joe Rogan, he has a lot of episodes that Spotify won't upload. And isn't it ironic that they're all right-leaning?
Of course.
And a lot of those guys I don't even agree with. I would say I'm right-leaning, but I don't even agree with them. A lot of them I think are fucking crazy. But the idea that someone can't talk, the idea that that's nothing good has ever come from it. And in human history, nothing good has ever come from that.
It's a bad thing. It's a real bad thing. And it's impacting everybody. And it's not just like Zuckerberg or the Chinese government. It's people on Facebook. They want to shout you down if you don't say things that please them.
Yeah.
Or out in public, people want to shout you down.
It's like it doesn't work that way. It's
cancel culture.
I saw a good counterpoint, and then I have to admit a good point when I see one, even if it's against me. Cancel culture is just the free market. I mean, if enough people get loud enough and a corporation bends the knee, they're doing it because they think that they're going to get more money that way. I hate it, but you know what? It is the free market. Now, is it going to...
Maybe on the corporate level, but not on an individual level. It's not. It's intimidation.
No. Well, yes.
Intimidation. That doesn't play a role.
No, at a certain point, though, it is the free market, and I don't like to admit that, but I mean that's true. If a corporation bends the knee, or makes a tweet or something, it's because they think they can get more money. Now, it can go the other way. You can have enough people saying, "Fuck cancel culture." If you cancel this person, I'm going to cancel my, everyone, whatever, cancels their Spotify subscription because they're like, "Fuck that, you're censoring Rogan," and then it swings back around. So, at a point, it is the free market. I mean, and I can't bitch about it. I'm allegedly a far-right, pro-American capitalist, or as other people like to kindly say, a Nazi or a fascist or a skinhead.
Yeah.
But
no. That label does not apply to you. And the people who use that label totally disrespect the real victims of the Holocaust.
Yeah.
How disrespectful to suggest that conservative America is Nazi or fascist.
You don't
when
have to,
real Nazis or fascists murder people by the millions.
Yeah, used to gas them with Zyklon B, and then they'd go in there and they had special units of the Einsatzgruppen, which were the mobile death squads. Sorry, not the Einsatzgruppen. There's another one, Sonderkommando. The Jews. It was basically it's like what they called the equivalent of like the house Negro. It'd be the Jew that helped the Nazi, right? So you have for
an extra 3 months of life or so, right?
Yeah, And what they would do go in is so there's two things that they did. It was burying the bones and putting them through a bone crushing machine, and the other one was going into the showers full of the dead women and children and elderly men after they'd been gassed. And remember, they took off all the jewelry and stuff beforehand, but what did a lot of them still have? Gold teeth. So these Jews would go in there with hammers and just just breaking the jaws and pulling out the teeth. And remember, these are people it's not that they've been dead for months, they've been dead for minutes. So they're still warm, fleshy bodies. So it's a bloody, gory, pulling teeth out, roots. And there's an account of one Sonderkommando saying, I knew that it had broken me the day I went in and saw didn't even realize till halfway through that I was hammering out my wife's teeth. And the fact,
what?
Yeah, they had been separated, and he had gone right into the Sonderkommando, and he didn't even realize. But he said that's how broken he was. And he didn't even register. He was just like, and it wasn't until years later that it all came back and hit him. But that's how beaten down he was mentally. He was beating the gold teeth out of his dead wife's face with a hammer, and just didn't even realize what he was doing. And the point being, is Nazism. That is a concentration camp.
Yes. Yes.
I don't mind. You can call me a Nazi. I don't give a fuck. I have thick skin. You can say whatever to me. I don't care. What it is, it's an insult to them. You can call me a Nazi all day. I don't care. Go ahead. Knock your socks off. Nazi, asshole, whatever you want. Go for it. Free speech. What it is an insult to them. That is an insult.
I agree, and it shows a total misunderstanding of history.
I don't think it's even a misunderstanding. I think it's a blatant manipulation. I don't think that these people are stupid. I think they know exactly what they're doing. I think they know that we're not Nazis. You could say some of them probably are brainwashed, legitimately think this is the Fourth Reich. But
without a doubt. But you don't hear them complaining about real concentration camps, like are going up in China as we speak.
The Uyghurs, yeah. Or not even one. The holding cells at the border. They didn't give a fuck when it was 2007 under Bush or the 2009 expose under Obama. Or what about all the DHS soldiers and camis grabbing civilians in Portland? Where did that authorization came from? Answer, 2012 NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act. Signed under who? President Obama. Who I like. I voted for Obama. But it's called spade a spade. It was under Obama. But that doesn't matter. Let's
not use that particular metaphor.
But why? Is that a bad metaphor?
The spade one, I don't like that one. We're talking about an African American. No.
Oh, I didn't know what it meant. Is it derogatory?
Well, spade is a derogatory term for an African American.
I did not know that. I always thought it came from cards.
Well, literally, I think it did, but
I apologize. I've been saying that openly for fucking like 8 years. I had no idea.
I'm sorry, but I have to cancel you now, Tom.
Well, guys, it's been good. 195 episodes. Thank you, everyone, but it's over. But I can see the cancel vans outside. Here come the men in camis. The lights blink out. Yeah.
You'll be changing your address.
Yeah. No, you just see me sitting here. I'm sorry for everything I said and for having this offensive symbol of white nationals. I had no idea that was a bad. I always thought it. Growing up, me and my little brother would always play cards with my mom's parents, Mimi and Beeps. Those were our nicknames for them. And we would always play Casino. We would always play the card game Casino. And I remember, and you would always be building, right? You'd have, I don't know if you've ever played, but there's like Big Gus, 10 of diamonds, he's 2 points. But then you'd be building hearts or building spades or building, whatever, clubs. And I always just got it from like, call it what it is, because if you were building, so you could build 10s. Let's say I have 3 10s. It's going around. I put a 10 down. When it comes around to me again, if no one's picked it up, I put down another 10. Building 10s. Because if I can go around a third time and drop the third 10, well, now I can pick up 3 cards. And one of the things is who gets the most, right? There's like 21 points total. Yeah. But you could take a risky thing, and you could put down a card, and then you could just say building. And what that meant. Now, if anyone else had a 10, they could pick up my building 10s. But if I just said building, that is, you're leaving it open. Because I might have a 2 with me. Or I might have an ace, and then that would be building. If you put a 10 and an ace, right, that would be like building jacks or something. It adds up. Now, if I just said building, and it was a 10, and let's say I had a 2, and I wanted to build queens. But if it's going around, but now I say building, the guy next to me could go building jacks, and he puts an ace down, and now he has labeled that as building jacks. I can't pick it up with my queen. I'm fucked. There's only a couple rounds. Point being, sometimes it'd come around and you knew that you couldn't pick anything up, and you knew you were setting up the guy next to you, and it was just sort of like, it's like the fourth down in the fourth quarter, and it doesn't matter. You just have to go for it, even though you're down by 50 points. It's like, dude, just call the play. You have to lose, just call it.
Yeah.
It's like a formality. So it would just be call it. You'd be like, call it. You're building jacks. Say it. You're building jacks or whatever. Say you're building. Just say it. Call it what it is. And that's where I got it from. So I just said, call it. I just thought, because I had heard that years later, and I just had never picked it up. I just figured it was cards. Call it what it is, right?
Well, the phrase is not racist. It's the term spade.
Well, to me, that was call it tens, call it queens, call it sevens, call it a spade. Because that's what you could do. You could just build clubs. It was less points, but you could just build one card designation.
Just wait when your Senate campaign next decade.
Yeah.
This video will surface.
Not even that. You're going to see me marching out in an orange jumpsuit with the hand and the ankle, and it's going to see on C-SPAN, TPC versus United States of America. So, you're going to be there too. And it's just going to be like, but that's how it is. That's how it is. If I was bigger, that's exactly how it would be. If I was Rogan, that would already be circulating. It would just, the undercurrent would already be starting.
Right.
Would already be starting. September 24th, Rogan says, call a spade a spade. Right?
You're right.
But I'm still small enough that I'm under the radar. But I had no idea. I legitimately had no idea. And look how innocent the explanation really was.
It was quite an explanation.
Yeah. True innocence.
Learn, right?
10-year-old playing cards. What?
We live and we learn.
Yeah.
I learn something new every day if I had a good day.
Yeah. So, I don't even remember what we were calling it, but before that, I don't even remember I don't remember what we were talking about. Cancel culture, but DHS. Oh yeah, the DHS coming in and grabbing people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is a direct descendant of the 2012 NDAA, but that doesn't get brought up. It's a weird hypocrisy. But I had on the Delta Force guys yesterday, and they are pretty certain that there's civil war on November 4th. And I don't mind it when other people say that, but when the Delta boys say it, I get a little
That's disturbing.
Little butthole clenching. I mean,
Did you hear that today? They found in a ditch, they found a bunch of mail ballots, and included in that were absentee ballots in Wisconsin. And I think it was in Rhode Island. They found a bunch of ballots that had been mailed in that were discarded. All of them were military ballots, and all of them were Trump votes.
That's not good.
No, that's just 2 stories today.
That's not good. What about the 800,000 fake IDs being intercepted from China and going to Minnesota or Wisconsin?
That's real bad. And there's 2 other things too that I'd like to talk to you about. Sure. One is Bloomberg paying off all the fines of these guys in Florida.
Yeah, all the fellas.
So they can vote. And the other is these judges out west that are saying, well, you must count mail-in votes 6 days or 7 days after the election.
Why?
Don't know. But, I mean, so what if it comes down to one of those states? What's to prevent them from going out and getting a few thousand votes and mailing them in, and they still make it within the 7 days?
Yeah. I'm torn on the Bloomberg one because on one hand, that seems like manipulation, right? Openly buying votes.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's like, am I really going to sit here and say that that's an objectively bad thing? More people being allowed to vote. Like, if anyone else did it, right? If I did it, if I just got $1 billion and did that, I'd be a good Samaritan, right? I'm trying to step outside my own bubble, not drink my own Kool-Aid, right?
Oh, but think about, so now is some rich Republican going to go pay off the fines for another 30,000 felons that he wants to vote Republican?
No, I thought felons aren't allowed to vote.
That's the whole deal. Is in Florida, it's like in Illinois, it's a restoration of rights state. Okay. So after you served your time, you can get your rights to vote restored. And in Florida, you have to pay off all your fines. So Bloomberg is paying off these guys' fines so they can vote.
What's the guarantee they're going to vote one way or another?
I don't know that there's any guarantee other than just demographics.
Yeah, I'm trying to be less biased as we get, well, not even as we get closer to the election, just as I'm getting older, even if it's just by the day. I'm trying to be less biased. And we were watching some NFL game on Sunday at work, and some coach kept calling a timeout, some overtime game, kept calling a timeout, trying to ice the kicker, and he did 2 successful times. Then there was an offensive penalty or offensive whatever, and he had to go back 10 yards, but he still ended up making it. But the guy I was working with, who came on here yesterday, Forrest, was like, "Man, I fucking hate that you can do that. Just ice the kicker." And I said, in my limited knowledge of football, I said I agree, but if it's not allowed, then it's not allowed. And if it is allowed, it is allowed. You don't have to like it, but if it's allowed, it's allowed. So it's a tactic. You're using everything, right? It's like asymmetrical warfare. China using social media and fentanyl to declare war as opposed to artillery and missiles. Yeah. So, sleazy, scummy, seems like it. Is it allowed? Are you allowed to pay off your fines and vote? Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's an unresolved question.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. But if it is a resolved question, if it is, and you're allowed to, you're walking between the lines.
I could pay off my own fines and vote.
Okay.
But can somebody else come out and pay off 30,000 people's fines so they can vote?
No, what's the difference? What if you have a rich dad and he comes and pays off you and 3 friends just to get you guys back on track? Where do you draw the line? At what point is it a rich? Don't know. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't like it, but I mean, it seems like it's legal. If it is legal, then it's legal. Don't like it, but it's legal.
We don't know yet. They've asked the Florida Attorney General to investigate.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, it's like people screaming about, I could have a beer with. You always see that with people. Not everyone. It's a generalization. On Reddit, you see that a lot. I didn't like Bush, but at least I could have a beer with them. And it's like, Bush killed 1.5 million civilians. Trump is just, granted, he's an asshole. He's an egotistical asshole. But which one's worse? 1.5 million civilian deaths in the Middle East, or some mean, insensitive, albeit racist tweets? So coming around to that, those tweets aren't good. I think they're legal. They're not good, but I think it's legal. If it's legal, it's legal.
The remedy is not to vote for him, right?
Exactly. So, I mean, if you don't like not you, Paul, but you in general, if you don't like the being able to pay off your fines to pay, then, vote that in your state or vote that, but you can't pull it up in a couple weeks before an election. I think it's more of like a respect your enemy. It was a good move, right?
It's an interesting get out the vote effort, that's for sure.
Sure.
And he's paying off the fines for like 31,000 black and Hispanic felons in Florida. So he's making the gamble, which seems to me to be racist in and of itself, that they're going to vote for Biden.
Right. What's the other racist one? The Kanye is simply running to siphon off black votes from Joe Biden. Who said that they were all going to Biden? And who said that they're just going to go to Kanye? Like, do you just assume, here's a black guy, so they're going to go for him? What the fuck? Do you think it's like a dog getting excited because there's another dog? Like, how are you putting these people down?
It is racist. It absolutely is to assume that the African-American vote is monolithic. And I think Trump has more support than any Republican I've ever heard of from the African-American community.
Is my face red?
Yeah, it's kind of red.
Probably dying. Probably COVID. Well,
I doubt that. And if it is, you'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Never mind. I was going to bring something up, but that's somebody's private medical. Nope, I'll just fucking avoid that. What do you think about the... I'll just back out of that. What do you think of the... NGAD, the Next Generation Air Dominance Fighter?
I think that we have no clue as to what that thing can do.
Yeah, I mean, no, we have none. But fuck it, let's speculate wildly.
I like the drawings that the Air Force has kind of put out in the background.
Yeah.
Dorito. You know, maybe that's what it looks like. Maybe that's nothing like what it looks like. You remember back in the 90s? Well, you weren't even born, but
yeah, it was. I was born in 1990. How dare you?
All right, so then in 82 you weren't even born when they first talked about the stealth fighter, and Revell made a model of the stealth fighter based on drawings, that were out there, and they look nothing like the F-119.
Yeah.
Nothing like it. So I think what the Air Force is doing is putting out these concept sketches about what we expect it to look like, just so the Chinese and the Russians will run around and chase their tail, trying to analyze the basic shape, come up with some intelligence on it. I don't think we have any clue what it looks like. It probably looks like a sphere or something. Who knows? A cube.
A Tic Tac.
A what?
A Tic Tac.
A Tic Tac, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right. And they would not be announcing it unless they were afraid that it had somehow been compromised.
Yeah.
Why would they say, "Oh, we've already built and flown one"?
Yeah.
Why?
You've brought that up before on this podcast. Isn't it odd how it's 2013? We're creating the SR-72. We're the B-21 Raider is coming. It's like, when the fuck did we ever do like hype for black projects, right?
Right.
And I don't think that all of a sudden there's a bunch of stupid people in the defense industry. I think this is some tactic. This is something, right? It's like
propaganda.
Yeah, if you see like Tom Brady or Michael Jordan doing something, you're like, what are they doing? They're an idiot. Well, if you're watching the best of all time and they're doing something that looks like it's idiotic, they're baiting someone. I don't know what it is, but they're probably baiting someone.
Yep.
So it's weird, right? And now we're getting, it's just all over the news, just the sixth generation fighter. I don't know.
There's a game being played on levels that you and I have no way of conceiving of.
Puppets of puppets, just going up higher and higher and higher. Now, I saw a conspiracy that I loved, and it's pure just like American, like fiction, like fantasy porn, but it's the F-35 was never meant to be anything special. We've been siphoning off all these funds into a true black project, the sixth generation. The F-22 is the fifth generation. The F-35 is what everyone's been saying. What the fuck? Why are we spending $1 trillion on it? This thing's worthless. It was never meant to be anything more than just, on the surface, a sinkhole for cash that's going in so if anyone's looking at leaks, they're finding, the leaks say the cash is going to the F-35, and only a few people know about it, and so the outrage looks real. It does look like we're selling it well because everyone really thinks that we spent $1 trillion on the F-35. So all these politicians, all these fucking, senators and shit, and all these people screaming like, why are we spending this much money? It's defense contractor greed, blah, 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 military industrial complex. So anyone looking from the outside, China, they're going, oh, they really are this mad, but that means let's sink our teeth into the F-35. Let's get all those blueprints. In reality, we've left the back door unlocked. We're just, oh no, don't steal these blueprints. Now, that's granted, that's some red, white, and blue fan fiction, right? You want to think that we're 10 moves ahead.
If it's true, you know who's going to be really pissed.
Winnie the Pooh?
The British, the Israelis, the Japanese, the South Korea, the people that have paid, for this stuff. Did you see the Queen Elizabeth launched yesterday, and it's already got 15 F-35s on it?
You got to sell it. You got to sell the idea.
With the cooperation of the suckers who are being let along?
That's the thing, is there has to be suckers. There has to be people that... But this is the thing, is you never reveal that that's what it was.
Yeah.
You just, if the sixth generation fighter comes out, they're never going to say, this is what we did, right? You're just going to assume some black budget. Oh, we learned our lesson. We decided to make it under budget. I don't put it past them.
I don't either, and purely digital design.
Yeah.
And the computing power that's available to us now, maybe we can produce it in a couple of years.
Yeah, and maybe you can do it where it can't be leaked. Do it in some fucking NORAD type place. Faraday cage, air gap computer.
Like we're coming up with this COVID vaccine in less than a year when it used to take 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
It's amazing.
Maybe we're returning to the 50s when there was 5 or 6 fighter development projects, one after another, after another, after another.
Getting a little bit of that moxie back.
A little bit of that back. The Skunk Works is back, baby.
Go, baby. I fucking hope. I don't want to see America fizzle out. Let's fucking bring it back, right? Let's go to Mars.
Fizzle out, man. I'm telling you. We're going to go through a hard time, but we're going to come through it stronger than ever.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
The question just is, how hard is it going to be?
I think really what we need to do is we need to put a man on Mars. We have to do something.
I agree.
Not because it's easy, but because it's hard. We got to do some, cute. I mean, what, you're 20, 15 years, 16 years out of World War II when he makes that speech, height of the Cold War. 2 years or a year later, there's a Cuban Missile Crisis. A year after that, Kennedy gets his head blown open on a motorcade. And despite all that, we still go to the moon in the midst of all of it, in the midst of, counterculture, in the midst of the Vietnam War. And we still do it. I mean, shit, what's right now? Huge divisiveness, sinking trillions of dollars overseas, COVID, recession, civil unrest. What better time is there than to, in the fire, go, fuck it, we're going to Mars?
Yeah. I'll go. I volunteer.
I'm glad you did, because I won't. I'll go with you. I won't leave you hanging. Fuck it. Suicide pact. Let's do it. It's, it's
a one-way trip, baby.
One-way trip, baby. Whatever. We'll be broadcasting TPC live there. Just me and Paul. We'll have nothing to do but do this. We'll be putting out 10 episodes a day for the rest of our lives.
TPC 10,478.
Paul has gone crazy. He is making snow angels without his mask on, just out there in the Martian dust. But I think we need to. And obviously it comes up with, well, that's impossible. Well, dude, if we did the moon in the 60s, I think a relative counterpart would be to do Mars in the 20s.
Yeah.
It's got to be impossible.
I think we should do it.
Yeah, it's got to be
impossible. I'm all for it. And we need a moon base.
Yeah, we need a moon base. That's given. But no, we got to get. But even that won't be as sexy. I don't know. Permanent presence could be pretty
sexy.
Cool.
It's pretty sexy.
But there's something about. Yeah, it is pretty sexy. But you got to have something new. You got to have that new feature, right? New iPhone. Moon base is
pretty new.
It is, but still, but ultimately we've been on that body. That's what I mean.
Yeah, we've been there.
That first step, and we'll get it. Yeah, we'll be there nonstop. Because like the ISS, right? It's great, it's awesome, but no one really gives a fuck, right?
Oh.
It's a wonderful feat, but come on. Do you give a shit? Nah, whatever. I don't care.
They're growing fungus up there.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
What else?
Wonderful that we're up there. Permanent presence. Right now.
Right.
Permanent presence. I think it would wear off if we had a permanent presence. I think it would be cool. And then next thing you know, people are going to grow up, and they're going to have grown up with it. I think you got to go to Mars, man. I think you got to get that first step again. You got to get that, right? It's like
stepping stone. Yeah, I like it.
Well, it's like a drug, man. No, you got to get that first shot. You got to get that first hit. And the only way you can get that first hit of, one small step for man, you got to do it on another body even farther away.
It's a long way.
I think you got to do it, man. Imagine if we went to Mars in the midst of all of this. That would fucking bring some spunk back, right?
Yeah,
we need a unifying thing, and not what we normally lean on for unification, which is war.
Yeah, no war. That's one thing Trump has done great about not us any wars.
Yeah, sure, unifying, 9/11 unifying, but let's unify behind a good thing instead of that, right? Yeah,
nobody has to die.
Let's fucking go to Mars, dude. I think we need that. I think we do need something insane like that.
Fusion drive.
Set up a fusion reactor out. Yeah.
Could be done.
Put a fucking fusion reactor on Mars. That might be a little too insane.
You know what we have to call the ship, though?
What?
It must be the Enterprise.
Musk said he wants to. Fuck, what was the name of the ship in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? The one with the improbability drive.
Yeah, right. I can't remember.
Damn it! It's but that's what Musk said he wanted to name the first starship.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's too sarcastic and funny. It's not awesome.
Yeah. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Hold on. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy starship. Let's see. Heart of Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not great, but yeah, it's not that great. No, you got to name it.
Not that great.
You got to name it
Enterprise, or maybe the Millennium Falcon, or something sexy.
Or even make one up, but that still has that noble feeling.
Columbia.
Yeah.
Or
whatever.
Intrepid.
Fucking Eagle, or something.
Defiant. Something cool.
Yeah, Perseverance. What would be a 2020 term?
Ugh.
Resurrection.
Perseverance is perfect for that.
Resurrection.
Phoenix? Rebirth.
Phoenix. Yeah, you'd have.
Indomitable.
Yeah, I like Perseverance, but it's already been used. You got to do something else. Perseverance.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Tenacity.
It's another good one.
I don't know if that's good for a ship. I don't know.
Old Glory.
Old Glory.
Stars and Stripes.
Stars and Stripes.
The Ronald Reagan, baby.
That would. Oh, they could take the name from that F-15 that shot that anti-satellite missile in the 80s, the Celestial Eagle.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Imagine the Celestial Eagle.
I like it.
The only one ever, the F-15 Celestial Eagle.
Ah, man, I wish I were younger and in better shape. I'd love to be the one to go to Mars.
You can do it. They probably need volunteers.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I do.
Too old, too fat.
Fuck you, you're beautiful.
I'd volunteer. Oh, stop. Yeah, I'd do it. Be a spaceman.
I wouldn't. I'd be terrified. I would be terrified.
As long as it doesn't blow up on the launch pad, I'm cool.
If I had like a terminal illness, I'd go.
Well, then by the time you got there, you'd be already dead.
Or I'd survive. Either way, either way, I'm dead soon. Actually, fuck that. No, I'd probably stay here and hang out with people I love.
Take some morphine.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's exactly what I would do. I don't know who I'm lying to. I would sit here on this podcast, zonk to cloud 9.
Absolutely, man.
On mescaline, I'd be talking to Jesus, just, showing you guys the portal to the next life.
No, I think it'd be great to like squeeze food out of toothpaste tubes and talk to people back and forth with a 3-hour delay, exercise in 0G.
There's a special kind of like madness and like a healthy amount of ego to do that, right? Because you want to be Armstrong. You want to be that. You got to have some healthy ego in there. It's not just for science. I mean, come on, you want your name in the books.
Yeah, of course.
And I think there are some young studs that would do that. Not me.
No, there are.
Johnny Kim.
What was that? Ex Astria, or what was that Brad Pitt movie about going to Mars?
I didn't see that. Is it good?
It's fun. Yeah,
really?
You ought to watch it,
okay,
man. It's a good film.
I should. All right, I will. It's. Well, what about? Okay, let's bring it back. Cause I gotta piss. Paul, fill the air.
Oh, I just love it when you just pop off like that without any warning. You're supposed to entertain people while you shake your willy. Well, I'll tell you what. Talking about great film, I think the best one is that they're recutting Justice League. They're going to make a 4-hour miniseries out of Justice League with the original stars. They're shooting new scenes, and it's going to be a 4-hour miniseries next year on HBO Max. I can hardly wait to see what that's going to look like. They've already shown some previews, some little clips, and they're going to add some new scenes with Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot, and hopefully the other ones as well. It should be really cool, which means maybe we'll get some more Ben Affleck Batman, baby.
Oh, yeah? I still haven't watched
that. Yeah. I was just talking about Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut.
Mm-hmm.
They're bringing it back, 4 hours. And Ben Affleck is open to doing another Batman movie,
Zack Snyder,
which I think is fantastic.
He directed Watchmen, right?
Ben Affleck? No.
No. Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
Schneider.
Yep. So that could be phenomenal. They got Keaton coming back as Batman, and Ben Affleck in the new Flash movie.
Isn't there a Riddler movie coming out?
Not that I know of.
I believe there is. I thought I saw a trailer a couple weeks ago.
For Riddler?
Yeah.
I will have to look into that. I know the Riddler is in the new Batman movie.
Batman.
The one with Pattinson in it.
Let's see. Come on, give me some news. God damn it. The Batman. Yeah.
I don't think there's a Riddler movie.
The Batman. Oh, it's just the Batman.
Right.
The Riddler's in it. Yeah, but it's not. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Doesn't work for me.
What do you think about as a lawyer? What the fuck is the hysteria going on with uh, Ruth Bader Ginsburg? I mean, obviously she passed away.
She was a smart lady. She stood for.
Oh no, I know she's a great person. I mean, like with the seat though. What is with all the hysteria?
Oh, I think it's all because the Republicans held back Merritt Garden, or I can't think of his name, but Obama's pick. They wouldn't vote on it because it was too close to the election. And so now they want revenge. They don't think, well, now it's not fair. The Republicans can't do this. They can't force it through. They held up Obama's pick and he didn't get on the Supreme Court. So how dare they? But clearly Trump has the authority to do it. He has the Senate votes to do it. There's not a damn thing that the Democrats can do to stop it. Nothing.
So it's a case of they don't like it, but it's still, like, no one's breaking any rules.
No one's breaking any rules. They're just the
little sleazy.
The Democrats want to say that what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You didn't let Obama pick somebody this close to the election, therefore you shouldn't do it.
But Obama didn't have the Senate votes.
Correct.
So that's all. It's whoever's. If the tables were turned, if you had the presidency and the Senate votes, you'd fucking put your person through.
Of course you would.
And everyone on the right would be screaming that you gotta wait until the election. It's the same horse shit. We're just fucking mirroring each other like little kids.
Yeah.
I didn't. You didn't do that. I didn't do that. But there's no like constitutional like, right?
No. There's nothing. He has a constitutional duty to fill that seat with the advice and consent of the Senate. You know who I think he should nominate?
Me.
No.
Who?
That was an easy question.
Nope. No, sir.
Joe Biden. Joe Biden be like, I don't.
That's not looking half bad for him.
Right.
You know, regardless of what the public polls say, Biden's looking at his internal polling.
Yep.
Ooh, that ain't too bad. It's a cushy spot.
It's a guaranteed gig, you know.
It's a cushy spot.
It is.
Trump gets his second term. Biden, you get a cookie too.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you die, hey, you're there as long as you want.
That's right.
Ooh, I don't know. That's a special. What do you do in that position? You're going up against Trump in his second term. Do you take the gamble and try to get the presidential seat? Or do you take the guarantee and
you take the bird in the hand, baby?
Oh yeah, that's what I think. You take the Supreme Court. And
it costs nothing. You're done with all the campaigning.
You're in. Just
go to the Senate and be nice for a couple days.
And no one will even know what the fuck to do because they'll be like,
right.
But you were appointed by Trump, but you're the guy running against.
Yeah. And then Kamala Harris can run. Nobody likes Kamala Harris.
Right. I know, right? For 87 days, everyone's screaming all cops are bastards.
Right.
She gets the fucking on. 2020 is just fucking smacking us upside down and backwards.
That's bad, and I hate to see what's going to happen when it starts getting cold. Around here, winters are terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Well, and this is the winter of 2020 is coming, baby.
Yeah, I think it's fitting that we'll have some, probably have some historical nor'easters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably get another, what was it, the Arctic Vortex? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. When we had that here, it was like 30 below, wind chill, and you step out and your face just hurts.
Oh.
It's bad.
Yeah, 2020 is not finished.
No, it's not done.
Not finished. October, November, December. What's today? The 24th. We got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. We got 6 more days of September, and then 3 more months.
Yep, we'll make it, but it's not going to be pretty.
We'll make it, but we're going to be limping.
We're going to be limping, but hopefully we'll come through it stronger.
We'll make it. I'm confident we will. I'm not on board with the doom and gloom. I think we'll make it.
I agree, and I don't think it's responsible to say we're going to have civil war and all. I mean, no, I don't agree with that.
That's a terrible mindset.
How's that different than what we've got right now?
Nothing. We'll be right back to this point, except after slaughtering a bunch of each other and then followed by a decade of rebuilding. notwithstanding some external forces coming in and fucking with us, we will eventually be back at this point.
Right.
It's not doing your project tonight. You got a project due on Monday and today's Saturday, and it's getting hammered tonight. Like, at some point, you're still going to come to this point where you're sitting in front of your laptop going, I got to write this paper. But now you're just going to be doing it with less time and a hangover. That's all Civil War is. We're going to be doing this, and a lot more people are going to be dead.
Yeah, you're right. And how does it really look different? Say Trump is reelected. We're going to have people in the streets and riots and protests. And how is that different than what they're doing now?
I don't know. Do you think... So let's entertain Trump getting into a second term. Do you think he drops the hammer? Because right now, in all of my political wisdom, is I feel like they've been trying to goad him into a strong response so that they can paint it as Tiananmen Square, Kent State, right?
Yep.
But he hasn't, relatively. He has with the DHS and with the National Guard. But I mean, like a hardcore crackdown. I think if he got into a second term, he would do it more and just not give a fuck with this, because he's not running for a third term.
Right.
Knock on wood.
Right.
But
no, I agree with you completely. I think that if he gets in again, he's going to shut this thing down.
Shut this shit down. Put everyone back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. This can't keep going.
COVID is going to be gone.
COVID doesn't matter to protesters. COVID, it's, I always forget that COVID is socially woke and doesn't spread amongst protesters.
It's a very intelligent virus.
Very intelligent. It's fantastic. Now, at Sturgis, with a bunch of white guys with American flags, COVID runs rampant, as we all know.
Oh, yes.
But but if there's 30 million of you going across multiple cities, burning shit down, packed shoulder to shoulder, well, COVID takes the night off because, he stands with you.
Hey, your claim is righteous. Your cause is righteous, baby.
And COVID understands. COVID wants to be on the right side of history.
Well, of course. Nobody wants to be on the wrong side.
Stupid fucks.
Yeah. I mean, people believe this stuff, man.
That's the best part, is if you bring that point up online on Reddit, you'll always get hit with a link to the same. Studies show that the protests have nothing to do with it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes. You know what? I don't care what studies show.
Yeah, it's
not a fool.
It's a fucking virus, dude.
Yeah, exactly right. You get up in people's faces and yelling and screaming, and yeah, of course that doesn't spread any viruses.
Listen, if there can't be funeral services, if you're going to bring it to that extent, if people having to watch loved ones take their final breaths through a glass window, then you can't go out screaming and but even then, it's like, okay, let's say it really doesn't. Let's say it's somehow socially woke and it doesn't. So, okay, it's good. Well, thank God that COVID isn't wrecking this opportunity to go burn everything down. Like,
right. I mean, you wouldn't want something to infringe on your right to burn a police car.
Yeah, it's not MLK going arm in arm peacefully down. No, it's burning down your fucking
peaceful.
Yeah.
Mostly peaceful. Like the California wildfires, they're mostly peaceful.
Did you see that headline a couple weeks ago, CNN? Fiery but mostly peaceful protests.
Yes.
Fiery, like it was a fucking weather condition. A little windy, but it was sunny out.
Yeah. Explosions, but mostly peaceful.
Bright, but mostly peaceful day in Hiroshima today.
You know what really bugged me is last night, all the protests about the Breonna Taylor thing, and two cops were shot and killed. And what does Biden do? He comes out and says, never forget her name. No mention of the two murdered police officers at all. And Breonna Taylor, it was a horrible, horrible accident, but she was hanging out with her drug dealer boyfriend in his apartment. He pulled a gun on the cops and she got shot. It wasn't like it had anything to do with the color of her skin.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I didn't know two cops were killed.
Yeah. Louisville, 2 cops killed.
Yeah, I mean, Dale's flying back from Bali, Delta Force Dale. He's flying back from Bali to vote, but he also wants to be here because his kids live here.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's being here in case something pops off on November 4th.
Right.
I mean, he said yesterday, he goes, I don't give a fuck. I will mow anyone down that comes on my property.
Well, yeah.
Because clearly...
A lot of people feel that way. And when you think about it,
if they really did come to that, what side do you want to be on? The side with all the rednecks with rifles in their pickups, or the guy with the herbal tea?
You got the herbal tea and the man bun and the chihuahua.
Yeah, right.
The chihuahua and a little hand knit sweater.
How much fighting can you do in Birkenstocks?
Yeah, right. Hey, and I got nothing against those people. Hey, man, live your best life.
Me neither.
But just, you know, if it's coming to a battle, you know, it might not be turn on, tune in, drop out. It might be lock and load, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, I always see that we have a gun problem. There are over 500 million weapons in this country. We have over 25% of the world's civilian-owned weapons and civilian-owned ammunition, with only 5% of the world's population. Over 1 trillion rounds of ammunition in the hands of civilians. If there's a problem, you'd know it.
Right.
If there's a problem, you know it.
Yeah, yeah. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't come to that. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean to make light of it.
No. Yeah, I don't. It's fun it's fun on our podcast to fucking, you know, make stupid jokes. But no one's wishing for the people that are wishing for it on either side are fucking to use a bad word. They're retarded. That's what they are. They're retarded. They are retarded mentally, because what that really means is that they don't have the capacity to think beyond. They want the immediate gratification of, I'm tired of it and I'm gonna hurt them. What comes from that?
Yeah.
What comes from that?
The Antifa idiots on the one side, and then the Confederate flag waving
fucking morons.
Southern Joes on the other side. Just not good.
I think we should give them all. We should build a wall around one of like the center states. Evacuate all the people, give them jobs and relocation. Not even everyone. Just, I don't know, get like 100 miles by 100 miles. Just a big out in the Great Plains, and put up a wall there. And then just let them go in that area with an airspace of, I don't know, we'll say 500 feet. In that area, 100 miles by 100 miles, 500 feet high. I will give them 1,000. You go there, no rules apply. You get it out of your system. Mow each other down, go for it. Some artillery, go for it. Can't shoot anything over the walls.
It's like Fortnite in real life.
Yeah, go out there. We'll put pay-per-view on it. All the proceeds go... I don't know. What would all the proceeds go to?
Well, reparations.
Sure. Not even that. No, you want something that brings a little more peace to everyone. It would be... paper.
Well...
Infrastructure.
Yeah.
Okay, how about infrastructure? Public school. Something that we're probably all going to benefit from.
There we go.
Okay. Public school.
Infrastructure's good.
Public school. Or police, I don't know, police training for like hyper high stress situations. Whatever.
There you go.
Something proactive, something constructive. And then if you want to go out there, you can just fucking kill each other. You gotta sign away everything. You gotta know what you're doing when you go in there. You can go in there and you can fucking murder each other. It'll be a
Escape from New York, baby.
Yeah, it'll be a selected civil war. Go out there, get it out of your system. If you think you're a big badass, you can go do it. Maybe you'll survive. I don't know. You can walk out of there, no murder charges. But I don't know. Do you think that the election's going to come to a Supreme Court decision?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Neither side's going to agree with anything.
No. And that's the dangerous part, is both sides are sure that the other side's going to cheat and that nothing can be accepted.
Right.
So
exactly. And Trump's
up.
Openly saying that it can't happen. There's not going to be any transition. And Hillary Clinton is saying don't concede Joe Biden under any circumstances. Come on.
We're just both in trains going at each other, just shoveling more coal in. One's got a blue flag, one's got a red.
Yep.
You know who's sitting on the sidelines jerking off to it? CCP.
Yeah.
This isn't happening in a vacuum.
Not at all.
Not
at all. They love it. They're eating this up.
They're probably stoking the fires.
Oh, we know they are.
Come on. You don't think that they're going on every social media? You don't think they have bot farms going in there and just saying racist shit to one another?
Yep.
They absolutely are.
I know they're doing it. You know they're doing it. The Russians too.
Just like we're doing to them.
I'm sure we are.
Paul, how do we get out of this year?
We just live for another 96 days or whatever it is. We have to.
Let's see what the exact day count is. I keep an app on my phone, and I have for like 7 years. It's just called Days Between. It just counts the days between.
98 days?
I don't know, but it comes in. It comes more handy than you'd ever imagine. This stupid app. Fuck, I already messed it up. It's just called Days Between.
Uh-huh.
That's it. Free. I don't even care if I'm plugging it. 2020. 99 days.
Oh, okay.
Great countdown. 99 days.
99 days.
99 civil wars. Spilling our blood in the streets. Na 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 na.
I hope not.
What's the positivity that comes out of this ball? What's the silver lining? What's the...
Well, I mean, the positivity is that, believe it or not, free speech is still alive and well. We're still open to change. We're still able to adapt to a serious threat. I mean, COVID, whether or not it in itself was really a serious threat, the way it shut down our economy, all that, serious threat to our way of life. We're making it. We're going to make it.
Yeah.
So there are silver linings in there, buddy.
I hope.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe I'm just really wishing for it. I just want something. I just want more UFO shit. And I know I always beat that into the ground, but like up until this year, like I've always wanted it just as this like abstraction, this thing I never actually thought I'd get. But with, we've recovered craft out of this world. I mean, the Navy videos of the Go Fast object, of the spheres inside the cubes, the Tic Tac.
Yeah.
Like, what else? Like, give me more. Like, you got this, so what else is there? Like, it...
Didn't Trump promise he was going to release the truth about UFOs?
When?
It hasn't happened.
Did he do that? When did he say that?
I thought he did.
When did he say
I was pretty sure he did.
Was that recently, or is that some...
No, back during the election.
Right, well, that's an infinite time ago. We've gone through 4 years of insanity. I don't know.
True.
What are the chances that...
It's the next generation air dominance fighter, baby. That's what all that is.
What are the chances the Tic Tac comes out as American?
Oh, I would say 100%.
You think so?
I don't believe in an alien craft from how far away they would have to come. No, sorry.
I think if aliens came here, they wouldn't even... I think the idea of them needing a craft shows how like limited our mindset is.
Right.
To think that they need to get in a vessel. Who's to say they have bodies? They're probably some pan-dimensional wormhole traveling sentience.
Yeah.
The idea that they got to get in the craft and shut the door. That's such a primitive ape idea, right? Well, you got to have a craft because there's no air. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we think they must be like us. But truth is, if they could travel that kind of distance, they had nothing like us.
No, they've I like the idea that aliens take on the form of whatever we perceive to be an extrapolation of our current technology. So
that's the anthropic principle.
Yeah, right. So like in the 40s, it was a saucer, right? And then the idea of the late 1897 airship sightings off the coast of California.
Yeah. The
idea that they looked like these giant zeppelins with whole passenger quarters, but that's because what they saw as an extrapolation of their current technology. So
yes, sir.
They put on a mask of whatever we think is in the near future.
Yeah.
So you think Skunkworks is some not Skunkworks? You think the Tic Tac is some Skunkworks shit? Paul, you good to go for another 15 minutes?
I gotta go, buddy.
What?
I can't do it. I gotta go a little early tonight.
Oh, that's fine. Do you need to go in like a minute?
Yeah, I gotta defrost my freezer. And
Okay. We'll wrap this bitch up in 60 seconds. Do you think the Tic Tac is Skunkworks?
I do. I would bet a week's salary on it.
That doesn't sound too confident.
Oh, make it a year. If the president wants to let us know, higher.
Yeah. How much do you really feel this is?
I'm pretty confident.
Is that how Trump drops the bomb? 2 weeks leading up to the election, Trump pardons Assange, makes weed federally legal, makes the day after the Super Bowl a national holiday, and then reveals that the Tic Tac is American. Is that how he steamrolls it?
The board, baby.
Is that how he steamrolls it?
Yeah, that would be one way of doing it. That would be one way of doing it. And announces the trip to Mars.
Announces the trip to Mars.
Yeah.
He makes his acceptance speech stepping out of the Tic Tac.
Oh. Like Monsters and Aliens, or what's that movie?
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it happens. He comes out on November 3rd, the night of November 3rd. Steps out and he's complicated business.
This is the best space Tic Tac anyone's ever had.
Ever
dreamed of. The best ever.
Minty built it myself. Fuck it. He just wins and I'm not going anywhere. What if he did that? What if he just brought out like alien technology, cured cancer, UBI, legalized all drugs, and was like, the catch is I get to stay in office. But like no one has to do anything anymore. It's just alien technology just runs our life. AI, fusion energy, 0 point energy.
Oh boy.
This is just beyond the scope of anything. Let's get through the next 99 days.
Yeah. Right.
We'll try to get through that. We'll get on anti-gravitic technology. That'll be the next baby step.
Yep. Air Force One is a Tic Tac. I like it.
Girl from work, her cousin flies the Air Force One decoy.
Nice.
She doesn't know if he'll be able to do this because of security problems.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Could be a huge problem. But I have my fingers crossed. But
yes.
Paul, don't be a stranger, you sexy son of a bitch.
Well, I'm pretty strange. I don't know if I could get in much stranger.
Well, not relative to me. Relative to me, you're pretty sane.
Well, it depends on the baseline, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. You and I are both way out standard deviations. I mean, I'm screaming about Trump campaigning from a Tic Tac.
You're right. That's pretty deviant.
Yeah. And Batman's in the corner over there. Paul, I'll let you go. I've kept you 3 minutes longer than I said I would.
That's all right, buddy. It's good to talk to you, man.
You too, man. I'm serious. Don't be a fucking stranger. Come back.
All right. I won't.
Let's do it again, all right?
You got it.
All right, big man. Stay safe, stay healthy. God bless everybody. No civil war, please. Be reasonable.